And we are live.
Hey,
How's it?
happy fucking Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I was thinking the other day that I don't think I ever eat tacos on Tuesday. I think that I just eat tacos every day. Not every day, but
Yeah, we have a little spot right here at the corner. Pepe's, man, bomb. By the way, I just sent you some Pepe's, so that's what you're gonna get in 2 days is tacos de Pepe. It's off of Monrovia and 19th Street. They have bomb ass menudo, which you're getting. Yeah, I got some El Pastor and some carne asada coming your way and some other stuff. So that's what I was doing. Sorry, I'm late.
what do people expect from us? They expect us to be on time. You're on time. I think everybody knows.
That's right. Well, yeah, tacos. No, we tend to eat tacos all the time. So that's what you're getting. But yeah, you don't eat tacos on Tuesdays. I don't either. I don't know why I keep saying Taco Tuesday. I think it's just because anywhere that I've worked, it's always been like a Taco Tuesday thing.
Yeah, it's like indoctrinated in our, like, it's Wine Wednesday, Taco Tuesday. Like, those are the things that gonna, yeah.
You got Thirsty Thursday. You got Friday and Saturday, which you're gonna go out anyways with. You got Sunday, it's Hangover Sunday, bottomless mimosa, Sunday brunch, all that jazz. So yeah, every day of the week, you could pretty much go out and just drink.
Yeah, I eat tacos whatever day the meat is thawed
out. So we're gonna do a shot. It's backwards day. It's dry January.
You're really good at this dry January stuff.
Yeah, so I decided, along with a lot of other people on the 6th, it was just a day to drink. You know, there was a lot of shit happening that day. It's a little stressful. You know, I know everybody stopped, but we're here on dry January because I did stop drinking the rest of the week.
So did you cheat on the 6th though?
I did, but it's not. That doesn't count. It doesn't at all. But we're gonna do. What are you doing?
I'm doing tequila, and I have Dos Equis today.
Ooh, I got Bud. I'll do some tequila too. I know it's in a skull, but
I'm just gonna do like a happy, because I want to make it to our live Instagram live.
I kind of like our live chat time. It's pretty funny.
I do too. Especially, it's very interactive.
Last time it was funny because we kind of switched roles.
Like, to me being the drunk crazy one who just zoomed in on their chin. I swear there was a filter. I swear it was a filter, because I was like just pushing buttons.
Your chin was beautiful though. It was beautiful.
I didn't have a zit.
So happy Tuesday. It's our 4th episode. Okay. Oh, that was delicious.
So good.
Does it?
So delicious. You know, you never see yourself take shots before. Like, I didn't. I had no idea how horrendous my face is while I took.
So we're definitely gonna have to freeze frame that shot of us taking a shot together to see what our faces look like.
The episode is so delicious.
That's like, so when I got my hair did, I cut it. Well, she cut it today, but it was funny because she went to put some like conditioner in my hair or something like that. I don't know what it was. She was blow drying my hair straight, curled, whatever. She squirted this stuff in out came like this string of white stuff. Like I'm like, ah! I said it just like that. Ah! We both just died laughing. This older lady behind me, and she just looks over. I can see her in the mirror. She's just looking over. We were talking about some weird shit. You know, when you get with your girlfriends and you're just talking the talk, you're in a little bubble. So it was just really funny to see her facial expression in the mirror while we were dying laughing because this white stream came across my face onto my robe. And I'm like, oh.
That is not the white stringy stuff you were expecting, I'm sure.
Yeah, so
With grandma.
our faces, and then it's saying so delicious. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, do you want to take a shot?
It's dry January.
It's backwards Tuesday.
That's really what we need to call it, is just backwards day. It's the birthday boy.
It's the birthday boy.
I'm gonna take a shot with you.
Oh, hey, get it. We're already in. It's what, 3 minutes in? We've already taken 2 shots, guys. Get ready. Come here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay. These guys and their freaking video games. The VR is a thing, right? I should have got him a VR mask. A VR mask? His friend has a VR and they're playing Call of Duty. I can only imagine what that feels like.
Yeah, I never got into video games. I've never been good at them. I think that's like the part that sucks is I think my reaction time's way too delayed, so everybody just kills me instantly and it's not fun.
But is it the new games or the older games? Because I could do some serious Donkey Kong, man. Like, give me all that. But if you get me into like Tomb Raider, Lara Croft type point where we're getting into like PS, like whatever, I'm in the corner, in the corner having a seizure somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just too much.
Into the wall over and over because you can't figure it out.
Like, give me old school Mario Brothers where you're jumping and hitting blocks and stuff, and I'm down. But once you get me into like having to do so many other things and rotating the actual key thingamajigger, and it's not like up, down, A, B, you got me.
Contra, Donkey Kong, or Mario Kart. I feel like those are kind of the same. And then Mario. I'm pretty sure I'm bad at all of them. Yeah.
I mean, as far as like the whole combination thing, I think the furthest I get is like Mortal Kombat. And like that finish me thing. That's like the furthest I get. And then after that, you lose me.
Mortal Kombat I'm really good at because you can push all
anything.
This is me in Mortal Kombat. And then I'm just hoping. Actually, so I'm really bad at all video games, and Nick's always like, play with me. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, decided that I was going to play hockey, and it was like I just like, and I won.
So but your hands all like.
Yeah, they cramp up for sure.
Walking around looking like Chris Rock.
Played hockey, and I'm 145 years old. So I just retired. I was like,
done.
So he
was. Won.
It was like I won as a fluke, and then he never would ever have a chance to win because I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm retired. I retired.
Yeah, you went out on a winning streak. You know, it was a winning streak. You went out, done. You're not playing it again. Yeah.
No. That's it. And then I'm just gonna go out that way.
So I have a question. Sure. Since it's our 4th episode, how do you feel about it? Like, how do you feel?
I feel like it's
super. Do you feel fun. Good? Like, what's your feelings?
Well, I feel really good. I feel a lot more comfortable. And and I feel like conversation flows a lot easier. Because at first, when we first started doing the podcast, I tend to be like a very comfortable person off of like the camera, and then when the camera comes on, I'm like, so, and I lose things to say, and I'm just not as comfortable. So like that's where I was really in the beginning, just being like, let's just like do lots of shots, and then I can't make it to the end. So I was like, all right, well, I need to like find some sort of balance to where it's like comfortable. But I think now that we've been done it, and I think the fact that we do it weekly, we don't miss any weeks, is really helpful, because every week I feel like a little bit more and more and more and more myself. How do you feel?
Yeah, same. I felt like the first time I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, man, your butthole clenches up. It just does. You like record, you see this little red dot in the corner, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Is your butthole?
I mean, you just freeze up, and just knowing that a lot of people are going to be out there listening to it. It's a little nerve-wracking, but the more and more times we do, and we go on live afterwards, it's really.
Do you rewatch? I told Mike, our girlfriend, Mike, she was like, are you going? She's like, I don't really like to listen to myself. And I was like, I
hate it.
Like, I'm just never gonna ever listen. And I listened to the first two, and I actually like listen to it like I listen to a podcast, because like a lot of podcasts I listen to are just, you turn them on, they're in the background, you kind of come in and out, and you listen to like the conversations, and things pique your interest, and you just like, keep listening. So I listen to us like that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's the same way with me when I cook and everything. I put all the podcasts on. So it's like background noise, but I can still hear it, and I'm laughing along because it's like a couple of people in the house that are with me, and people are just having a conversation. So yeah, I feel a little comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable at it. It's nice. I know that I'm a little loud. I'm already loud anyways.
Your butthole is less clenched, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm on a roller coaster, because sometimes it's just a little, you just feel like, okay, you just know people are listening to you. So it's kind of weird, but it's good. And especially if you have other people with you and you just have a good topic, or you're just flowing, it's really nice. So
when Shauna was on with us last week, it was like 3 minutes in, and I didn't even realize we were recording anymore.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, I have you listened to Jessie May? Jessie May, she's a comedian. She was part of Girl Code.
Just FYI, I think I'm a little buzzed because I've been trying to not drink, and like I said, I drink on Tuesday because it's backwards day. It's dry January.
Too,
but I'm not gonna lie. I hope it's not a repeat. That was funny, but not cool.
Everybody does not know what we're talking about. We did episode 2.
Yeah, that was fun. No. Why? See, peer pressure is a fucking bitch. Yeah, let's take another shot. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Just drink a beer. Okay, let's have 2. This is why you say no. No to drugs, kids. Don't say no to drugs and alcohol.
Like mid-30s to realize that you don't have to take all 172 shots. Like you could just take.
No, I want all the shots. Give me all of them. I can't say no. Just give it to me. Yeah.
Anyway, Jessie May, you have to listen to her podcast. It's amazing. And she's part of Girl Code, and she's funny, and she just smokes weed and drinks beer and talks to her friends. And her and Carly Quintanero are 2 of like my favorite friends. And when I put their podcast on and they're on together, because she has one and Jessie May has one, and they like when they get on together, it is so fucking funny. Like the other, like maybe months ago, I just took a bath and I like put them on and I was hysterically laughing in that podcast. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah, you have to send that to me because I don't know of this podcast because I just tend to listen to like murder podcasts and just like random weird shit. Like, I don't know.
Podcast?
Huh?
What's a murder podcast? I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I'm all into that weird shit. So, I like listening to like stories about like murders and past murders and like mysteries and all that stuff. So, yeah, there's some really cool stuff out there if you just click on something. Like my favorite murder is one of them, but I know there's other ones out there, but I just like click. I don't know. I'm not like the type of person that likes titles of things and like I'll know a song, but I won't know the title of it. You know what I mean? Same thing with like a YouTube. There's just so much information out there. And you can just click on something and it always leads you to something and that ends up into a wormhole. And yeah, I just listen to whatever, whatever comes up, whatever pops up, whatever's there. I'm just listening to it. I'm one of those people that, this whole iPhone shit, they all like, because whatever I click on, they're just going to send to me,
Yeah. I'm going to have to check out the murder podcast.
Yeah, do that if you like that. I mean, I'm weird, especially with like the alien ones. I just like it's kind of weird when you're sitting at home by yourself and you're listening to it. It's kind of scary. Not really, but kind of, But if I'm like cutting onions and stuff and I'm like making dinner, I'm going to listen to something that's going to catch my ear, So that's really fun, but I don't know.
How do you feel about the fact that aliens are real?
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
I think I was a true believer when they were not real, and now that they are real, I feel like I'm not a believer. Does that make sense at all?
Well, this whole time you were always a believer and now you're not a believer because it's around.
So I was always a true believer. I'm like, yeah, I believe in aliens. And then when they came out with the news that their aliens are real, I was like so uncomfortable with the fact that I was a believer that I was like, I don't want to, but I don't want to now.
It's kind of scary.
Thing. Like, does this make brain make any sense to anybody else but me? Makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't want it to be real for real. I just want it to be like a real spoof that I believe in. That like.
Wait. You want it to believe in, you want it to be a spoof that you believe in. No. So exactly. I hate any like gravity movies, like outer space movies, like alien movies. They always make aliens all fucking weird and want to do like weird shit to you, right? I'm like, but if I met one, I'd probably have I don't want, no. You guys make them feel like they're gonna like attack me, they're bad, they want to just like strap me onto a board and like start doing like tests and shit on me. I'm cool with that, right? But you gotta think, really, are we the only ones out here? And now you're starting to see more and more and more and more and more proof. And now you think it's not real. And I'm like, shit, it's fucking real, Like,
I don't want it to be real. I just want it to be like fun real, not like real.
Why are they here? Like, why do you think that they're even here?
So did you watch that Joe Rogan? Okay, that was fucked up because they like start talking about all, okay, so Joe Rogan had the Blink-182 guy who was off his fucking rocker, and I really didn't think that I just thought he was a crazy person. But now that it's real, like maybe he's not crazy. And the last two people that Joe Rogan had on, I don't know their names because again, I don't know the names of anything either.
We're like the best podcast to listen to. We know nothing about nothing, but say a lot about everything.
Yeah, we don't know. It's the guy, and then they talk about aliens. They were fantastic. It was a really great episode.
Yeah. So I know that's why I didn't want to say his name because I feel like I bring his name up all the time. Like I had a dream last night that I actually called Joe Rogan up and I was like, hey dude, I mention you way too much on my little shitty podcast. Like, can you please just come on and just have a good time? I know you're in Texas, dude, and we're here and you're there, but like, let's just get on and just like fulfill my fantasies, bro.
My podcast fantasy for sure.
He said that he's gonna have like an alien person on every month.
I'm into it.
I'm so interested. You don't understand.
I'm into it. I feel like we need good, positive shit, interesting shit in our like world. Because it's just like you can't look at any other media. Like I don't want to look at any news. And when Nick listens to the news, I'm like, shut it off, like it's stressing you out. So we need more shit like that to listen to.
Yeah, but then it just like pisses me off because why do you know all this information? You're not letting it out. Like, why are you hiding this shit? Why do we have to dig so deep? Like, why? It makes like I don't like shady ass people, and your asses are shady. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing? Why are they even coming down here? What did you do? What did you do? Because you did something that made us all look like assholes, and now they're all down here doing something. And what are they doing? What are they trying to say?
Like a zoo. Like they're just watching us be dummies and like do dummy stuff and fight like retards. And they're just like looking down, being like, look at these dummies.
Like, I know. Can you imagine like seeing on the outside like what we look like right now? Like not even like outside of United States and stuff, but like outside of the world. Like be an alien. Like step into an alien's shoes and go out into the world. See what all the astronauts see, this little bubble, and like just what's going on.
So they have to be extremely like smart. They have to be intellectually far past us to be able to that and have like other elements, right? To create the travel aspect of it. So
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, look at the aircrafts, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's something that we can't copy.
Yeah, so are we just like these little dummy like like animals just, running around making a fool of ourselves? I think the answer is yes. I think that's the case. The answer is yes. We're like dummies. And they're just watching us and they're like, look at these dummies. How many more times I can say dummies without being like a South Park episode?
You know what we need to get Jamie to do? J square. We need to get like little like the little Asian shows. You know how they have like little pow pow and like little thought bubbles and like things that run across the screen. That would be cool.
For everybody,
this is like in the future, obviously. So
clearly, we're fans of Joe Rogan, and clearly, we have expectations of having a show like Joe Rogan's. And so we decided that Nick, my husband, is our young Jamie, except he doesn't know anything technology based. I was teaching him stuff on Instagram the other day. So we decided we were going to call him old Jamie because, and then young. I'm very thankful for him because we wouldn't know how to put this on the internet.
100%. If it wasn't for Nifty Nicks and his New York tours and etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this would be. Thank you, Nick.
Shout out. So to bring it all back to the service industry, because this is why we started the podcast, is to kind of talk about the service industry. Something that I thought we should talk about is your favorite bars and why. Like, what makes you go to a bar and be like, oh, fuck yeah, this is where I'm going to spend my time? Is it the bartender? Is it the aesthetic? Is it the location? What is it about bars in particular that you feel like makes you plant roots?
I think it's all the above, and especially if they have live music. I'm all about that. One of my favorite places is Pepe and Harriet's. It's really, really cool. Small little barbecue place. It's a restaurant. They also have shows there and everything. So I've gone there a couple of times. A lot of places in Long Beach, Alex Bar, all that stuff. But all these places that I'm going to mention, like, they're all closed. Tiki Bar, it's literally right down the street from me. And we've gone to see English Beat there on New Year's Eve. Like, it was like really, really cool. Like, just to see like some old school band, or I think all that matters. Just I don't know. There's so many places I love that we've even grown up in. Johnny's Saloon, like, just hole in the wall dive bar, but really freaking cool. Stiff ass drinks, awesome owners, even our place, like, we met at a really cool establishment, so I feel like everything, all these places, even Laguna Beach, going to reggae Sundays at White House, it's not even there. We were there the other day. None of the places are open right now. It's just it's really hard going into different cities and seeing all these places closed down. And you're like, dude, I remember these places. We went to Taco Loco at Laguna Beach, because when we're in Laguna Beach, the place that I'm going to Taco Loco. I've been going there since I was in middle school. I talked to the owner. I was like, hey, dude, how you doing? He's like, we're surviving. And I'm like, yeah, we spent $40 there getting freaking food, but it's worth it, for them to stay open another month. But all these different places I'm going to mention, they're not open right now. Everybody's closed. So yeah, how about you? What are your places that you miss going to or you love that are open?
So I feel like my go-to bars, like if I walk into a place and I'm like, this is my jam, it's probably like the old man bars. I tend to like lean towards the old man bars. Even when I was young and fun, I still liked the old man bars. I like to be the youngest person. I like to like walk into an old man bar and they're looking at me like, what, fuck you. Like, those are the ones I'm like, yes, that's where I'm at. Because I like old wrinkly bartenders that just don't want your fucking bullshit. They just want to give you like, they don't want to hear your shots and all that stuff. They just want to give you like straight booze. Those are like my go-tos. Those are like number ones for me. It was old man bars, old man bartenders, like nobody even remotely close to my age, neighborhood style. Those are like my go-tos. Again, another thing I like is really dark aesthetic bars, like that you can't see a lot of day, because again, like I have like a mental block when it comes to day drinking. So I like things to always feel like they're nighttime. So that's like a go-to. I'm not a big fan of sports bars, but I can do sports bars. I love a video game machine, because I feel like I don't like TVs too much, because I will watch TV versus hang out with my friends. But I do like those like interactive game nudie, 80s nudie.
Yes, I know. Like, oh, Rainbow Bar up in LA is awesome. Like, I'm different. I like to day drink. So I'm a little bit older than you. Not that much, but a little bit. But my mom always told me, go home when the lights go on, I mean, the sun goes down and the lights go on, go home. So I like to day drink. But I do like a good bar that's dark inside, where if I go in, I don't know whether or not it's light outside or dark outside. I don't care, I'm in there, it's dark. So yeah, Tony's place over here is kind of, everybody thinks it's weird, but I like it. It's old school. Madeline's over here is really old school. And again, Tiki's bar is the same thing. Like I said, English Beat, when we went over there, we were the youngest people over there. Everybody was older than us, you know, and everybody's looking at us and they're all having a good time and they all have the good drugs too. So it was just really funny because there was no fights. There was no like, oh, VIP and you have to spend $700 to be in this one spot that you can't even sit down in. Like, I hate those spots. But yeah, like you said, dive bars, really good, like just dark, hole in the wall, mom and pop type places. I like those.
Genuinely like, I wouldn't say dirty. I feel like that's the wrong word, but like weather.
No, it's right. It's dirty. It's vintage. It's just like, it's that like that. I don't know. It's like, if you've ever been at those places, you're not getting COVID. You're good.
Your immune system has been built so much. COVID doesn't penetrate you if you've.
It's just like sucking on your mom's keys, you know, when you were little. Same thing. You're just sipping on a glass that had a million other people's mouths on it that barely worked in a freaking washer. The pool light you have to hit with a pool stick, like, to stop blinking and stuff. Yes.
That's where you want to go. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I agree with that. I feel like I tend to like those places. I do like shiny, pretty places like tiki bars and stuff like that. I do like when things look aesthetically cool and I'm like, I feel like I like this, you know, fanciness. I
feel like even a good tiki bar, like a real good tiki bar, like Don's, was amazing. And it was shiny, but it was not shiny. It's old and tiki and just dirty. And like, there's like that, even that whole tiki bar, if it's too shiny, it's not a really good tiki bar. Like Shrunken Heads and are you kidding me? That's not shiny. It's shiny because it's pretty, but it's like grimy. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's a tiki bar. Like, all these hipsters are redoing all these places that are cool. Yeah, like, you're bringing it back, but you're not bringing it back. You're bringing it back and you're kind of like taking away the whole thing. And like, even Royal Hawaiian in Laguna Beach, it's not like tiki anymore. It's all just like really clean and like barely anything tiki, you know?
Would
So
you ever open a tiki bar? Because I feel like if anybody should open a tiki bar, it's you.
oh no, 100% no. I could not. No. That is a lifestyle beyond a lifestyle. Like, I love that stuff, but there's people that their life, and there's generations of these people who their family members have done tiki bars, like Enchanted Tiki and Trader Sam's, and there's like a place in Hawaii, and like, what's his name? I forgot. But there's just, these guys live for it, you know, and they're just amazing at their craft, and they have generations of people in their family that have done bars. So that I wouldn't even touch. I love going to those. Like, I just posted something. I want a zombie. The last time I had a really good zombie was at Don's, and it's closed, you know? Nobody carries the ingredients anymore, and it's kind of sad because, I mean, you were only supposed to have one or two, but I always snuck more because it was my birthday. I always celebrate my birthday there too. It's so fun, but we don't have those anymore.
Don's was a great place. It was a very sad one to watch go under. That was before COVID too, right? Like, well before COVID.
Yeah, well before COVID. But how about your tiki bars? Like, all your guys' tiki bars over there. Nobody's open, huh? Those places.
Otto's is a good tiki bar. It's my favorite. It is closed. There's a really good tiki bar in Philly that is in, I think it's in Fishtown, and it's super cool. One day when you come out, we'll have to make a trip to Philly because Philly's only like an hour drive or something, 2 hour drive.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it's a very so New York is very big to me, and Philly is a smaller version, and I feel like I can wrap my head around it, where New York is just so mind-blowingly big that it intimidates me. So I feel like Philly is like my jam. It's like a big enough city to where you feel like it's East Coast city, but not as much as New York. So, but we'll have to go to Philly. It's great. But there's a really, really, really great tiki bar. I hope it still stays open. I hope those places stay open. Yeah, I mean, those are my criterias for like where I like to go when I'm not like when I wasn't working like when I was bartending is like, I never really wanted, I hate the opposite of that is I hate bars where you have nowhere to fucking stand and you're constantly in the way and there's constantly people trying to go, or like I grew up fucking hating Sharkies. I fucking hate Sharkies. Nobody on the East Coast knows what Sharkies is except West Coast. I don't even know. Is it just Southern California? Fuck Sharkies.
I don't know. I know a lot of people that work there. I'm sorry if you're watching, but no, fuck you. I don't want to go to a packed ass fucking place, have to fucking wedge my way all the way up to the bar. I mean, this is me being a customer. Okay, because when I go there, I know people, so I can just like walk up there and be like, "Hey, homie," like, you know. But like as a customer, like you gotta wedge your way all the way up there, try to get a bartender's like, you know, eyes, and then be like, "Okay, this is what I want." You put your whole order in there, and then hope to God that they come out with your order and they know where you are. I mean, obviously, you know.
Because if they don't know where you are, it's like, fuck it. Like, whatever. Like, I ordered, like this drink and I got a vodka Red Bull. Like, I don't even care because it took me so fucking long to get it in the first place. I would love to work at Sharkies. Sharkies, if you're hiring, I love you in that aspect. But I fucking hate Sharkies as a customer.
Yeah, so I don't have to work there, go there as a customer. So it's a little bit easier for me. But I'm just like, wow, this is kind of fucked up. Like when it gets really busy and that place gets like fucking shit show busy where you can't even fucking move. How do you, like, I hear people complaining, but it's always packed there. I don't get it. So yeah, same thing. Like obviously if you're hiring, duh. But what is your, like, how? Because they don't have servers there. They don't have servers there. It's like everybody, like the people there are bartenders and that's it. You have to go up as a customer and do your own shit. So it's interesting how it still makes so much money even though everybody bitches about the place.
It's a really interesting concept, right? Like a bar, like what makes a bar popular and what makes a bar not popular is a super interesting concept because I feel like it doesn't make sense. Like a lot of people think, oh, just do a bunch of drink specials, have a nice aesthetic, and it's going to be packed. And I think I've been into plenty of bars who have had a great aesthetic and tried the sports bar round or tried these different avenues, and they couldn't get people to, it wouldn't stick for some reason, which is why I ask what makes a good bar for you. I don't know what it is. That there is no formula to make a popping bar. Would you?
Yeah, because it could be anything. It could be anything. But yeah, that place definitely, they have a good system going on. Because I mean, they're sports too. They do sports. They do everything. They do everything there.
Yeah, for New Yorkers, it's like a beach shack theme. They have football, and it's very like what we call bridge and tunnel, but it's like very college atmosphere where like people just go to get like to drink like crazy strong cocktails and be annoying and smush each other up and hit on girls and do that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, because I remember when I was down there, it was crazy. Like, I don't remember seeing this until I came back to California, and it was like 2 years after. And then everything seemed to be kind of like New York. But when I went to New York, everything was like every single bar had their own team that they were just like fucking promoting. And yeah, you saw that here in California every once in a while and stuff. And I worked at some places, Danny K's in Anaheim. It was a big old Raiders place, Dubliners, like all these places had like their own thing. But then after I came back, then you started seeing other places doing the exact same thing that you guys were doing. Cause it's like a little hub. You guys started first and I think we follow. So
Don't tell New Yorkers that. New Yorkers are like, we started it all. Like,
well, it's already out there. So, but no, I feel like a lot, like even fashion and everything, it starts out there first and then we follow, you know? And like you got movies, you got LA out here, but yeah, I'm sorry. Just coming from the modeling world, it always starts out there, you know? So it's just weird coming here. And then I was just like, wow, nobody's like super like on this sport, like we're Raiders, we're this, we're Seahawks, and all of a sudden a couple years later then my bar was like, okay, we're this team, you know, and then the team like tavern underneath, they were like, oh, we're Seahawks, and like then it started getting big, you know, and then you started seeing, and I was like, oh, that's what you need too. You need big following like that, which is the sports and stuff. But again, I don't really like that type of environment to go there as a customer. I work those environments, which is cool. I get, yeah, money's good. You know what I mean? Like you have people that sit there for hours though at the same time. So the money's good if you got to be a good server to make that money for those days. I feel like because they are sitting there for so long. But as a customer, no, I wouldn't like going to those places. It's just too much. There's too much noise. Usually if I'm going to go to a place, I'm going to be hungover. I don't want people screaming and yelling at me. But then at the same time, if I'm working and I'm hungover, I know what those people want. So guess what? Hey, you came in with a bunch of people. I know you want coffee, a Bloody Mary, a mimosa, some water. And you probably want some pancakes and some eggs and bacon, right? Yes, just put it all in. I just like take over my tables though those days because they're like, you know what I want because you know where I am. So I pretty much just tell my tables what they're ordering.
you're really good at that. Like you're really good at handling those like brunch crowds. I know we worked together at a place called Second Floor in Huntington Beach, and like you would crush that like daytime brunch crowd. I feel like it takes a certain type of personality too that it's kind of like, all right, what do we want? Okay, like let's get this all out and done. That appeases really well to those people. Like they don't need to be like fluffed and like, you know.
They don't.
Like,
yeah, they don't. They're
have,
hungover. They just want food and drinks, and that's it. And then and then the guys just want to watch the TV. So you just make sure the TV's on the right channel, and you get them what they want, and they're all good. The ladies get the bottomless mimosas. Make sure that bottomless mimosa is full, and the guys stay out of their way because they're just looking at the TV, and that's it.
yeah.
But yeah, as a customer, definitely not one of the places I want to go to.
No, I totally agree with that. I feel like I like the quiet places. And now, and the older I get, the more I like the neighborhood, like the most convenient to walk to, because I'm getting older and lazier. So those places are good for me.
So like COVID time, it's like your couch to your bed. But yeah, definitely the places closest to us. I live in a really good spot, so I have a lot of places that are really close to us. Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 bars just in walking distance from our house, so we never really have to go anywhere, and that's fine because, like I said, I like to day drink. So if I'm walking home, it's perfect. It's a little day journey, you know, just walk home. But
I used to love a good dance floor. In my like early 20s, like my early 20s to mid 20s, I went through like I just want to like go out and dance forever.
your ho days, your ho days.
Yeah, I used to love to go dance. But you know, dancing is like one of those weird things where like I don't think men understand that I don't want really to dance with you ever. I just wanted to like go and dance with my girlfriends. So
Yeah, it's weird how like they think that when you're dancing on the dance floor with your girlfriend that you want to dance with them. It's kind of weird. You're like, no, bitch, I'm here with my girlfriend and I'm drunk. Get the fuck off of me.
wave that thing, not this way.
Yeah, like on your leg in the back, just touching you, holding you so close, and you're like, get off of me. Like, that's not cool. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't miss that time at all, actually. Now that I think
The
about it.
best place to dance is a good gay bar because nobody wants to dance with you and you get to go and dance and have the time of your life.
100%.
Hands bar, like hands bar.
Hands bar.
Hands down, the best bar to dance for or the best bars to go to is a gay bar.
100% if you're female, definitely. But I think already, females already know that. When you go out with your gay friends.
Say that and they're like, leave our bars alone.
I only tell straight guys about the gay bars and the girls there if I know that they're good guys. Then I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you going out to these weird bars? You keep meeting these weird chicks and they're like, not about that life. So go to a gay bar. And they're like, why would I go to a gay bar? I'm like, because there's chicks there. Like, you're a nice guy. Like, you're not going to be grinding up on them. So they're going to think that you're a gay dude. I don't want her to think I'm gay. No, that's a good thing if she thinks you're gay. Then she's going to be wasted at the end of the night. And you're going to be like, oh, no, babe, I like pussy. And she's going to be like, oh, I like dick too. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. Like just like back in the 90s. A, B, up, up, down.
Yeah. Yeah, if they would have known. Now people don't even have to, they just like swipe. So now there's no dancing, there's no things flopping around towards you, I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah. No, it's kind of trippy because I was talking to my girlfriend about that and she's like, dude, it's just weird. Like, what the hell's up with these guys? And I'm like, it's not like how it was back in the day where you went to like house parties and you met random people. There's no house parties nowadays, especially nowadays. There's no house parties, but there's no house parties. So it's not like you're going to these places and you're meeting these random people to date. You're meeting these random people and you're just doing this. So it's just weird. I don't know. I'm old school. I like to meet people just normally, just chemistry. If I was not in a relationship, I don't know how I would meet anybody. I'd probably just be single with a cat.
I totally agree. I don't understand. I would never survive being single in this like time frame. I think that there's something really wonderful about somebody not being like physically what you thought, like because I always think I have a type, right? But like reality is that like my thought type is not the person I've ever dated, ever. Like I've never dated my type. So I think that's just a mental like idea that I have. But some of the people that I've dated, it's like they couldn't be more opposite of what my type would be. Like what I would swipe to nowadays, like what I would like swipe. Like, but I like fell in love with their personality and like the type of people that they are and like all of those things. But when you're swiping, there's no way to flirt and to like get to know this like person besides like what they look like.
Yeah, besides swiping, like there's not okay, yeah, this guy, and you're like, oh, that guy could have had a nice personality. Oh, he really ate pussy really good. Like, oh, like you don't even know. Like maybe he was a good hugger. I don't know. Like maybe he was a good kisser. You never know. It could have changed your mental state of this person if you would have met them face to face. I think that's why, like, I know people don't like to do FaceTime. I know that's like a thing and they're like, oh yeah, FaceTime, don't get me at this time. I'm like, no, I like to FaceTime. I don't like texting. I'm not that type of person. I hate it. I'm the rudest person ever. I'm a bitch sometimes. So sometimes my text messages come off as bitchy. But if you hear me and the way I'm talking, it might not seem that bitchy. So I feel like faces and just even having a FaceTime with you every week is really cool because back in the day, we didn't have this shit. You bitches are lucky nowadays. Like the shit that you guys have now that we do not have back in the day, I would have had to text your ass. I would have had to leave you a voicemail. Yeah, a voicemail. I'm like, wait, is that the right one? DM voicemail. I would have had to leave you a voicemail if you weren't home to say, hey, call me back. And then you would call me back if you wanted to. There was no FaceTime. There was no, hey, you're in New York, I'm in California, and we're like talking to each other face to face right now.
How about growing up and needing to call the person on their parents' phone line, and then or you try to have a conversation with a boy that you liked on your parents' phone line, and there's like a cord. Like my parents were like, we're not getting you a fucking cordless phone. I don't want you going talking about God knows what with who knows what and like doing all this crazy shit. And so they had the cord, and it would be like, yep, I would love to do that thing. You know, like it was just so awkward.
So wait, did you guys have just one phone in your house with a cord? You guys didn't have two phones with a cord, or like they listened on it? Like you know how like some people like listen on the, yeah, that was a big thing in the house too, because there's three of us, you know, but like, you know, when you're young, your parents are listening to that shit. It's kind of weird. We ended up getting a cordless later, but I remember like going to the room with your cord. Goodness gracious, that's so long ago. Man.
What's the difference, the spaces between your siblings? Like age-wise?
Wait, what?
What's the age difference between you and your siblings?
I'm 30, blah, blah, blah. My sister is like 4, and then the other one's 32. So,
close.
Yeah, they're close.
So,
Older than me. So, yes, I had to hear the little kids on the phone, on the other phone, when I was like, hey, hang it up. Hang the phone up. Or like my friends, my mom was like a big stickler on this. You had to like announce yourself pretty much. Like, hi, Mrs. Blah blah blah. Can I speak to this is blah blah blah. Can I speak to, you know? And that's how, and if it's not, my mom would be so angry. You would not be calling the house at all, anytime. Not at all.
You have to call and be like, may I speak to D?
Yeah. No, but you had to say like, hi, Mrs. Blah, 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 you know. I don't want, you know,
yeah.
There's a lot of platforms here. So, you know, you had to be respectful when you called the house. So.
Totally. I remember I was in high school, and my friends, which I didn't know at the time, but I found out after, and even to like my adulthood, prank called my dad. And my dad was like so angry. He was like, he was so pissed off that he was like, where are you? Where are you? I'm going to come down there right now. Oh, you're over here? Okay, well, you bet I'm going to go meet you over there. I'm going to like all. And I remember being like, just sitting back on my couch being like, he's getting pranked. Like, the more you as an adult like feed into this, the longer they're going to keep this call going. So I just remember being
oh man,
getting your parents outraged in this like phone thing. Prank calls were the best.
I think I did worse than that stuff though. Like I was not good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could definitely get worse than prank calls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think I skipped over that stuff. I went to the other stuff. I went to like stealing the car and shit. Like, prank calls. No, I'm jumping out of this window. I'm still in a minivan. The red one.
I'm gonna steal the minivan and go grab beer while you guys are prank calling me. Fucking.
That's exactly what I did.
So I grew up in a really small town. For those that don't know me, well, I grew up in a super small town, and there was the level of bad was so much lower than the rest of society. Like we'll all have conversations with Nick, and the things that I was doing, like in high school, being bad, he just is like. We were like blowing explosives up in mailboxes and like stealing TVs and smashing them in the street. And I was like, I threw this peach at a car once and it splattered on the window, and like he was just like
I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Aw, poor little innocent Blue.
I know, my little rebel years were just like so embarrassing to a New Yorker.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, New York especially. They were doing some crazy stuff at age like 10, probably 8. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a pretty nice childhood.
So how has this week been for you, love?
Good.
Some shit that happened. There was some shit that happened that, you know, we just lived through history right now. And we got a bunch of, I don't know about your guys' area, but we have opened up Dodger Stadium and a bunch of other places with vaccine areas, so you can go and get the vaccine. So what's happened in the last week since, because Tuesday we had our 3rd episode, and then Wednesday was a fucking shit show.
So
and then now, you know, so
New York so the new payroll protection program is rolling out for small businesses. So a lot of people are trying to get their ducks in a row and scramble because the money got absorbed so fast. I hear that there's been a lot of people who've gotten in a lot of trouble for abusing the payroll protection programs, loans. So this time everybody, and it absorbed really fast so that a lot of people couldn't get them. So we're all getting our ducks in a row because it launches tomorrow morning. So everybody's going to be up early trying to get those loans in. And then I work for a music venue, and that music venue is trying to get a grant called Save Our Stages, which is part of the HEROES Act, which is like in stimulus package. And they had just released information that if you were to apply to the payroll protection program, you are ineligible for the grant, the Save Our Stages grant, which we don't really know what that is. We know that it could be up to $10 million per location. We know that like Live Nation and big corporations that own multiple large businesses cannot be a part of it. So, but the museums can be a part of it, and Broadway and like a lot of different type of those arts can be involved. So we're thinking that the money might get absorbed really quickly. So everybody's really was thinking, what we thought is the payroll protection could get us to this Save Our Stages. But because we're not going to be qualified for the Save Our Stages, we can't do that. And we're hoping that by the time it comes, hopefully it's sooner than April, but we're hearing whispers of April, we'll be able to get it. So it's been a lot of like hearing things like that this week for us. And the vaccine has been starting to go through a distribution process, and people are starting to apply, and people are starting to like do that, but it's in the very first stages. So it's like, it's only available to the hospital workers and elderly, I believe. And even that has been confusing. Like, it's just not like, they just don't really have it understood yet of like, this is like streamlined. So we're waiting for more. I'm going to get the vaccine. Are you going to get the vaccine?
I don't know. I'm scared, man. I just don't know how I'm going to react to it. I read something about people having anaphylactic shock that's, allergic. I'm allergic. I get stung and I mean, I've been in the ER because I've gotten stung by mosquitoes so bad, you know what I mean? And I went into anaphylactic shock. My EpiPen just expired, so I got to get another one. But it's just scary, just knowing that I am sensitive. I don't know. I've read and I've seen and I've heard so many different things that I just don't know. I don't know.
I agree with that. I think it's like, how do you, I feel very back and forth. I feel like part of me feels like I just want to get it and like let's just move on. Like I want to be a part of the move on process of sage this bitch. I also feel like I've seen the movie. What's the movie that I'm thinking of? Planet of the Apes. So I'm also very nervous. Have you seen that movie recently?
Like the new one or the old one?
Not the Marky Mark one.
Okay, yeah, that's the newer one. So like the old school one, I haven't seen it in so long, but I mean I've seen it like, in passing of the channels or whatever, but
so it's sobering. It's like it's like a movie about like ape stalking, but it is like, so I didn't realize the reason we watched it was because I had just never seen it before, and it was like quarantine and we were just like doing movies that we hadn't like seen. But it's about this facility creating this like vaccine, and their people had like COVID like type sickness, and they would one person, it like shows like one person would go into like a airport and sneeze, and then it was just like it just showed like how many places this like thing traveled like all over the world. And then it's like a prequel to the old Planet of the Apes. The old Planet of the Apes is geared towards like stumbling upon the ruins of civilization far, far, far in the future. And the monkeys talk, and we're caged. So it just was like too, like I didn't know what I was stepping into, and it was too. So I have like this like joke that I'm scared that I'm gonna be it's gonna be a Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I call everybody COVID monkeys too. It's funny. Did you see? I'm not even gonna say that because that's a different. We're edit and cut and back.
Old Jamie, just squash that out.
Yeah. Old Jamie, can you edit that out? Thank you.
Okay. I know. I went on a rant, like a Planet of the Apes rant that like we could do without. Like nobody really needs to hear that part.
No, but like I felt like what I was gonna say was worse.
I know. There is a part of podcasting that you're.
No, but I really want you to watch Man in the High Castle, because that shit is like, that's fucking, it's crazy.
I watched the first season, and then I think I watched the first season, maybe second season, but I stopped like somewhere along the lines of getting confused on like what was reality and what wasn't reality in the beginning. Like he watched like a movie theater and watched something happen.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
That's where I stopped.
It was it hits a little too close to home there. It's just a little weird how all this stuff is coming out, and it's like things are happening, and I'm like, this is why movies they tell the truth. Like,
it's scary how close they can get to things. I just watched Terminator, the newest one, with like not the reboot, but the newest one.
The one where he's old. He's like old Terminator dude. Yeah.
Old Terminator chick. The awesome badass Terminator chick.
Yes.
I'm gonna listen to this and you screaming at the podcast what the names are to these people that I don't know. But again, I don't know the names to anything ever.
We're the worst, like the worst. We need
the amount of people who have just viewed just went like this. Pew! Like these bitches are crazy. They don't know. They just talk in circles and they don't know the name to anything. So there's no way we can know what they're talking about.
Matt's always like, babe, you know this song. I go, what song? He's like, he says the name. And I'm like, I don't know that song. He goes, you know the song. And he'll play the song. I'm like, I know this song. And he's like, yes. I go, I didn't know that was the title of the song. Like, what the fuck?
I know. I do the same thing. Or I pretend I know and I get the name wrong and Nick's just like.
You know, when I do that, I'm like, yeah, I know. I fake it. It's fake it until you make it, girl. Well,
yeah, it's a very interesting time and it is I don't even know what to expect.
So nothing's gotten better in New York though, right? It's just the same still. Yeah.
Nothing's reopening. I know that Cuomo did a press conference that like we need to fuel the art and culture and we cannot kill our economy. I think what's happening is they've imposed all these rules and now all these people are like businesses have just like died. I haven't I don't even know what it looks like. I'm sure it's going to be devastating when I do because it's been almost a year. And I think that maybe if I could guess is that they've seen like the impact that it's made. Like they've seen this is how few businesses have survived, that they're all of a sudden now being like what we need to, let our economy flourish and we need to do this and we need to do that and everybody needs to get a vaccine. Maybe it's because there isn't a whole lot left, which is very sad for all the people who had put so many, and that's like the beauty of New York is it's so unique because all of these different cultures and different people and diversity and all this stuff have had these businesses for
Yep.
decades. And when they go out, nothing is going to come in with that sort of culture that you can't duplicate that culture. You can't duplicate that place that's been open for 40 years or 20 years or you can't duplicate that stuff. No new person's going to come in and make it the same. So I don't know what it means for the city. I know that New York is definitely not going to die because New Yorkers are so resilient. But it just is going to be different. It's going to breed new stuff. I'm sure with California as well.
This weekend, just going from Newport to Laguna Beach, it was crazy how many places I saw that were closed. So many places that were closed. I mean, there's a lot of people that are moving in just in my apartment complex alone. I see so many people from Florida, a lot of people from Florida. It's weird. Alaska is another one. Idaho, I've been seeing a lot of. Yeah, those are pretty much the same. And then a lot of Hawaiians, obviously. They just come this way anyways.
I love Hawaii.
But
they don't love.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of them in New York, huh? No.
Don't have a lot of Mexicans. We have a lot of South Americans. They are Mexican. It's like a different type of culture, right? Like Mexicans that come over to Texas are kind of different than California, and then it's all kind of different. I mean, there are, it's just not the same.
I know Hawaiians tend to go inland, way inland. I don't know if any of them make it all the way out to New York, but I know a lot of them like to go all the way inland and stuff. So this is their first stop. But yeah, there's a lot of people here from Florida, Idaho, Alaska. I think the other one was Wisconsin.
Now, do you I know that I feel like I hear, which hearing is much different than actually what it is, but I feel like I hear that there's a mass exodus from California. Do you feel like you see that at all? I mean, I definitely New York.
100%. I mean, look, our boy Joe Rogan, he just left, you know. There's so many people that left.
Von D left.
Huh?
Kat Von D left.
Oh yeah, she just got a house. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are leaving here. Even just in our profession and stuff, my customers and stuff, I hear them all leaving. Matt he's been a barber for over 20 something years, and he has a lot of clients that, you know, in the last year they have all left. And I want to say close to maybe 10 people. So you got to think about it. It's like 10 people that all left that have been getting their hair cut for years. I mean, he's seen their kids grown up, you know, seen the kids get married. So
I think
yeah, he's
sick of things.
He has so many people that this year they're all thinking about leaving. So a lot of people I know, they're all leaving to Arizona, they're going to Texas, they're going to Utah, they're going to Colorado, they're getting out. Matt and I, we've talked about it, but his parents are older, so even if we leave, we would have to kind of be kind of close to California, so we can't go too far. Same thing with my mom. She's in Lake Forest area. She works in the hospital industry, but she's older, you know. It's just us, you know. It's not like we have a huge ass family here in California, but my mom's here. I can't leave when she's older, and he can't leave when his parents are older too, you know. So we're kind of stuck. But if we do leave, like, it would be somewhere close by. Right. But I can't even imagine leaving California. I've been here for so long. The ocean's right here. Like, it's just.
I always say that I wonder if California could. So, like, say there's like a mass exodus and all the Californians leave and go to other places. It's strange to think that people wouldn't just fill that spot. You know, like California.
Well, it's overpopulated right now. I mean, to get from my house to that UPS store down the street, it shouldn't have taken me that long. Like, it was like an hour, right?
Right by the yoga place, right?
It's right. It's literally right down the street from me. It's ridiculous how many people are here. There's just too many. There's just too much. It's too much. It's too much squashed in this little. I got all these people with Mercedes. You could tell the people that just moved here because you see their license plates, and then they get like Teslas and Mercedes and stuff. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, California's expensive to live at, you know. It's not.
You need to do your registration on that Florida license plate. You're gonna be fucked. Registration's so expensive there.
No, it's so crazy. It's so crazy here. Everybody just comes over here.
I believe that's like why the politics are just so. Like, they just expect that people aren't going to leave because it is so beautiful. I think the beautiful part of it only goes so far, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking, like, all these people left their land. They probably had land, you know. They left and they came here for this little apartment that I'm sitting in. Like, really? Okay, yeah, I get it. I'm only not even 5 miles away from the beach, you know. So that's cool. But you had a house with probably land. Like, what are you doing here in an apartment with a freaking Mercedes that costs more than your arm and your leg? You're crazy. Well, you're going back home soon. Give you 6 months. So crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. I really wish that me and Ari lived walking distance from the ocean and from downtown, and that was like the scariest, funnest time of my life, because we just were like in crazy creatures that drank all day and
crazy creatures of the night
and just like stumbled home at God knows what hour. But I really wish I would have enjoyed the beach more.
You're telling me you lived right next to the beach and you never went to the beach?
I went to the bars next to the beach a lot.
That counts. I mean, you never got drunk and like wasted and like naked into the beach water, like the ocean.
So my going away party, if Gio listens to this, he's gonna laugh. So my going away party, we clearly got wasted, and me and Mike decided to cheers.
Cheers.
So delicious. Me and Mike decided to skinny dip. So we ran down to this. So it was like we had like a bonfire on the beach. I think you left early, or maybe you didn't get there.
I feel like I was there and I left.
Yeah. So me and Mike, or should I code name her word? Her name. Anyway, we already said.
No.
Me and Mike decided we were drinking and having fun, so we decided to skinny dip in the ocean. So we like threw our clothes off as we ran into the ocean, and then just like jumped in. And I fucking somewhere along the way lost my phone the day before I was supposed to fly out to Europe.
Oh shit!
Tour in Europe and then get to New York. I don't have no idea. It was like it just flew off, like all my clothes flew off and then my phone flew off with it, and then I had no idea. So like I'm picking up pieces of clothing and like trying to find my phone. It was like I think it was just washed up in the waves.
So wait, how'd you get all the information? So you get on the plane to go, like, didn't you have all that stuff in your like phone on your phone?
Had to get like an old phone that I had and just connect the SIM. Gio took me the next morning and was like, you know, like dummy. So, cause I didn't even have my apartment. I don't think I have my apartment anymore. He had to like go and get my new SIM card. And then I flew out like the next, I think like day or so into Europe.
Man.
Make it work. And then when I got to New York is when I got like, I had to order a new phone and just say like, I'm a drunken idiot. Please send me a new one.
I love those stories.
Yes, I do have a couple of like getting drunk and going down to the ocean. Megan, Mike, Ingrid, like all Ari. One day we all just decided to all go skinny dipping, and the Coast Guard came down and was like, there's just a bunch of like ladies in bras and underwear, like running, frolicking in the ocean like fucking assholes, and tried to like tell us like we had to leave, and we were like hiding under the pier like he didn't know we were there. And
so, oh my god, I love it. Oh, stories.
But I wish I would have spent like more genuine time at the ocean while I was there.
Yeah, COVID has definitely got us to that point where we were just enjoying the ocean way too much. We're there all the time, but we're right here, you know? So you take a little bike ride down the beach and you just set up and you're just there all day. So it's nice, you know?
I feel like I haven't been to that many places, but there's no ocean that I've ever loved as much as our coastline.
Yeah, because your ocean, it's all like crazy, and you have like wave warriors and shit there. And remember, like, were they called wave warriors? What?
I think you just made that up.
No, remember the Sea-Doos, the warriors
in the East River. Those
yes.
Ours has so like the ocean is so far set back. That there's just so much fucking sand. The waves never get really big, and then there's boardwalks. So the boardwalks are cool. It's a cooler, different experience, but nothing is as beautiful as the ocean coastline in California, I believe.
Yeah, that's like beautiful.
Well, I feel like we did a much better job promoting this podcast this week.
Oh yeah, so basically what we got to do is we can't forget
No.
I know we're second shot in because now I'm really feeling it.
Yeah, because it's dry January.
Opposite day.
This is how I used to dance on the dance club. I'd be like, yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, never mind.
I'm so embarrassing.
Cause that's the two best friends.
So
That was just in case you're not watching our YouTube, which you should be because you're supposed to go and subscribe to that shit. I don't know if it's right here or right here. Is it right here or right here? I don't know. Either way, go to the YouTube and subscribe.
that's important. Hit the like
Because
button.
then you would have saw the whole dance routine that we just busted out for you.
I don't want to rewatch that at all.
Well, I think it's gonna be really funny.
There's like it was like I seized.
Yeah. And if you're on Spotify, go over there, check us out. We're also on Apple. We're also going to go live after this on Instagram. Come and check us out. My Instagram is DeVille_Monroe.
Mine is You're Turning Violet. The thing too is it is available. I've had some people ask. It's available at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on audio only. The YouTube will be available at midnight. It just takes a little bit longer to have old Jamie upload it.
Well, it's not really our fault because we don't know. So it's out of our hands after we hit stop. So thank you, old Jamie. We appreciate you greatly. What is it? YouTube is on at what time?
Let's say midnight Pacific.
You don't really need to watch our faces. Just go on Spotify and Apple and just hit play.
That's true.
And put us in the background. Do your laundry, masturbate, whatever you want to do.
Nobody needed to see that dance that we just did. Just go audio. This episode, go audio.
Full audio. We love you guys so very much.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.